There you have it.
All right.
You thought it was quiet. It's not anymore.
All right. Call to order at 6 p.m. This is the Parks and Rec Committee regular meeting agenda for April 8th, 2026. Introductions committee is myself, Joshua Piasek, Chair, Rodaline Fremont, Vice Chair and Secretary, Bernadette Guyette, Michelle Labarge Burke, who is our Director, and Michael Deeren. How are you doing, Michael? Our Council Liaison. Start off, any adjustments to the agenda?
We also have Bernadette, you said online?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Yeah, she's online.
Great. I did want to add something that we had talked about at the last meeting.
Okay.
We could put it as 5F.
5F.
Other points of interest. We talked about setting the cadence of our meetings, our regular meetings, possibly changing it from second Wednesdays. So I just have some follow-up answers.
Good call. I didn't realize I didn't put it on there. I actually have times and dates.
Okay.
Can I actually bring up a third thing just for when I'm talking, just at the end? I have something else I'd like to think about in the future.
We can
do that during public comment, actually, which is coming right up. Okay, do we have the motion to add cadence to the regular meetings?
You don't have the motion.
Okay.
I just added it to the other points of interest.
Yes.
Perfect.
It's already pre-existing. You're just adding to it underneath that item.
Okay, so we can move on to public comment. We don't need a motion to move on or anything like that.
And then if we could do introductions over.
Absolutely. Yes. So public comment, if you guys don't mind, for the record, if you could just introduce yourselves real quick, Marilyn, if you don't mind.
Okay, I'm Marilyn Davis. I live in Plainfield. My family lives in Barre. I've been a long time working with an art center in East Montpelier, which does a lot of promotion of things for the city of Montpelier, and I've always felt Barre should have the same thing. So when Rhodey said she was on the Parks and Recreation Committee, I thought, here's a good way to get some of the stuff I've wanted to work on, seeing if there is anybody else that's interested. So that's why I'm here.
Thanks for joining us, Marilyn. Eddie, if you don't mind.
Yep, my name's Eddie Roos. I'm a Barre City resident. I ran the BOR concession stand this past season for the second year as part of Rotary. I'm in Rotary and interested in parks and recreation for my fair city and was invited to come, and so I came.
You did a wonderful job with the Easter egg hunt.
Yeah,
I just want to say thank you to the Rotary for that.
We're doing well.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you to whoever put that $100 bill in the picture. I thought it was Carl and he said no. But somebody.
I'm Tracy Lewis. I'm the Executive Director of the Barre Partnership. I have worked closely with Michelle. I think it's great that the rec department is doing some great things with the facilities here, and I was invited by Rodaline and I joined.
My name is Chandra Pollard. I'm a Barre City resident for 24 years. I have served on many committees over my time here. Recently, president and board member of the Barre Partnership. I had been active in Rotary, and I am here to see what this committee is about. I have a strong belief in our children being a part of our community, and I love involving children in anything possible. So it's kind of right up my alley.
Thank you so much, Chandra. Hello, how are you?
Hi,
welcome.
Thank you. My name is Sharon Fagard. I am the outreach coordinator for Central Vermont Solid Waste Management District. It's a lot of words. Sorry, I know you're taking the minutes. And I'm here to support Marilyn when she talks about the upcoming May 9th repair fair at the Barre UU Church. And also probably just to share a little bit of outreach information so you guys know what we are doing. Because I bet Parks and Rec sometimes has hazardous waste or other materials that you might need to dispose of that don't belong in the landfill.
Well, I got definitely plenty of spray cans at home I gotta get rid of, so
Oh,
this would be perfect.
I'm your person.
Yes. So public comments. Does anybody have any public comments? Marilyn, you said you wanted to add a
Okay,
third thing?
So this is a comment? Okay. In 2017, the Barre UU Church had a repair fair. We called it a repair cafe then because the Netherlands has a licensed trademarked name, the Repair Cafe. And so we were jumping on that bandwagon where you set it up so there's a bunch of people who know how to fix things and they all come on a specific day, and then we tell the rest of the world who has things want fixed, they bring them and they're fixed for free. And so we did one back then. People brought 85 things. We fixed 69 of them. And then we haven't been able to do one since. I mean, then 2 years later, the pandemic, and we have a very small congregation. So but now we are gearing up to have another one on the 9th of May. And Solid Waste District, Casella and the Solid Waste District helped support us that time and taught us how to do it. And so we know how to do it. They are helping us remember how to do it. And I think maybe your committee can get the word out. We're still looking for fixers. And they can sign up on the website, or they can do the QR code on our poster. And then someone from the church will call them and see what it is they can fix and give them the itinerary for the day. They can start coming, the fixers can start coming at 8:30, at 11:30, at 10:30, we have an hour's worth of orientation on how the things are going to come in and where their table is and all of that. Then we feed them lunch at 11:30 and they fix stuff from 12 to 4. So we have got 4 people who have volunteered, 3 to fix and one to help coordinate. I mean, we take down people's names and what they want fixed, and we lead them all the way through, and then we see where they actually fixed and were there any comments. So we have a lot of follow-up. We still have the documentation from the last one, so that's helping us make sure that it all works. And so this one, I think we have pretty well organized. But any help you can give us in getting the word out for people who want to fix, and then Chairman's going to make posters and put it on the bridge and all the other PR stuff for the people who are going to bring things. But at the moment, we're still trying to get more fixers. I think we have 6.
Including you and.
Right, and Eric, and possibly one. I took a poster to the children's thing at the library, and Ian thinks he knows someone, so it's kind of getting out there word of mouth. So I have people. I know I can fix sewing things and crochet things and knitting things.
I was gonna ask, so you're a fixer.
I am a fixer.
You're gonna fix them.
I've been a fixer since I grew up when the rag man came once a month and collected stuff. So that's why
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody.
he did, he came by in a thing and,
We actually set up a whole section today to talk about the Fix It Fair, so you brought up some great points, and I think we can actually discuss how we can help you out more with that one. We also put the wiffle ball tournament in, because I know you wanted to talk about that. Is there you said there was a third thing you wanted to mention?
right, a third thing that goes, I don't know if any of you know about, the Community Arts Center in East Montpelier called All Together Now. Nobody, it's been there for, right. All my grandkids went to it. They used to have a preschool. So they would take kids from 2 years to kindergarten in preschool. And they are a community arts center. They have this huge farmhouse where 5 people live in the farmhouse in rooms and have communal eating and all that, and communal garden, and they can everything for the winter. I mean, they're the hippies of the world, and they're on a 12-acre plot which has four lots for houses. 2 of them have houses on it. They have 2 more that can have houses on it, but those people also, I mean, they all belong together. They have their own deed to the property, but the fields and everything are communal. So anyway, so my grandkids grew up there, and in the preschool they had art every day and music twice a week, and it's just, and Janice and her partner Ellen started this 20 years ago, so they lead with Montpelier's parks people. They do Ice on Fire and the Enchanted Forest and the Endangered Species Day on the State House lawn. I mean, you guys must know that. I think Barre ought to do something like that. And I mean, you have spa, and you have all the other individual artists. And so all it will take is someone who knows how to make these together and make it happen. And look at the place up on the hill in Barre Town where they go on where they play the golf.
Millstone
Yeah,
Trails.
right. They do all that trail with all through the granite where all the drawings are. And,
disc golf.
right. So, and you have that other place I've never been, up Park Street. My mother used to live on Park Street.
Cowpash.
Up
Cow
there,
pasture.
right, there's the cow. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you have all these places where you could do this, and it's just amazing.
So, when you brought up the Community Arts Center, that is actually a conversation that we've had in this committee, and, how we can kind of tap, some local artists to, do maybe a mural or something, at the pool. But I like the idea that, we have the space, we should consider, having something similar that brings community together, and using our outdoor spaces.
Right, and Janice makes the most amazing puppets, so she'd be willing to teach people how to do. I mean, you could just
Make it a camp.
pull all that stuff together.
I'm so
And then-
glad you brought that up, because honestly, it sounds to me like a great way to use a lot of our parks and land, like the cow pasture you brought up. So definitely, I think we should develop this idea. I kind of put a little note for the other points of interest.
And you can do a lot of it doesn't cost much. You
Right.
can let kids do it that don't have money to go to summer camps. I mean, the summer camps now that All Together Now runs, they're $50 cheaper than anybody else, and it's $325 a week. I mean, we can do something else that kids that don't have that kind of money or can't drive to those places. So
It's also a great way to promote our outdoor spaces,
Right.
And the really family-friendly culture. I think that's.
and anything, our church used to have pews, and then during the pandemic, I took a course with a woman from New York City who had removed the pews in their church like in 1972 or something like that. And so she put out a 6-week course on removing the pews and figuring out what you want to do with your space. So it happened to be right at the pandemic. So it didn't even interfere with anything because nobody could go to church anyway. So we took all the pews out of the sanctuary, pulled up a rug that was 50 years old, and we have the most beautiful oak floor that we finished. So, and our acoustics have always been wonderful. I don't know if any of you here remember when Sherry's Jubilee used to have the music in the park on Wednesdays. And if it rained on Wednesdays, they came to the church. So if you heard the acoustics in our church, I mean, they'll knock your socks off. So we now have the sanctuaries totally finished. We have 120 chairs. So we have, I mean, one of the concert people, they're having a concert on the 24th of April. In there, and we've had other concerts, we've had a play. We have the
Sorry to interrupt.
so all of those things, so, right, so anyway,
We've got lots of ideas. I love it.
right.
And
You brought
we have a
up, I
very
love you
large-
bringing this up because we've had some ideas we're trying to develop and I think we could work with all together.
Do anything the church can do to support this kind of stuff, we're willing to do it, but we have very few people young enough to do a lot of hard work. And the wiffle ball thing was my idea again, young people who can't spend money on organized sports or go to Maine like my kids do on organized sports.
We got that in section 2, Marilyn.
Oh,
I'll let
that's
you-
the same thing?
No, I actually gave you
Okay.
2 sections to
Yeah.
talk, and I want to hear about the wiffle ball tournament because it sounds
Okay.
awesome.
And
Honestly, everything you're
Tell
bringing
me
sounds
when-
great.
Okay, so
Karen, you wanted to.
Karen, I'd love to hear more about this because I got a ton of waste I got to get rid of. I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yeah, so everybody knows about our regular recycling and our food scraps. They're banned from the landfill. Our regular recycling is like our bottles and cans and jars, our foil, pie tins, cardboard, paper, hard plastic, like the water bottle here. Those are all banned from the landfill. They belong in your blue bin. Your hauler can pick them up or you can drop them at the transfer station. But there are a lot of other materials or items that are also banned from the landfill for good reason, like electronics, specifically those related to televisions or computers, phones, things that are full of heavy metals and precious metals, as well as fluorescent bulbs, whether they're the little twisty screw-in ones or the tubes, house paint, architectural paint, stain, finish.
sneakers with lights in them?
We have batteries in a lot of things. I'll cover that. Household batteries and other batteries are also banned from the landfill, but all batteries are banned from the landfill, even if they're embedded in an item. And then, what was the other thing? Mercury thermostats. I'm like, did I get them all? So there are, the things I just mentioned are free to dispose of, except for the phones. And we accept all of them at one place. We also on our website have a lot of resources. It's pretty well organized. So if we require appointments now because we're a hazardous waste collection facility and that is standard safety practice. We need to be able to control the traffic flow. And if we have an incident, we need to be able to contact everybody who's scheduled that day and say, please don't come. It's just good safety practice.
So what's the best asbestos? Because I can't find anything to do with asbestos.
The state tells you to put it in a bag and put it in the landfill because when it is encapsulated and then buried, it is not harmful. It's when it's airborne. But hazardous waste is also on this list. And we take a lot of these items. We take all these items as well as other things like anything pretty much that plugs into the wall or runs on a battery. From smoke detectors to vacuum cleaners to appliances to fire extinguishers, etc. So I brought some of these for you. We want to be a resource. So please call us if you have questions about something. We even take plastic film. We're part of the Next Trex program. So we take paper for shredding. If you need documents shredded and you don't have a shredder, you can bring them. We have Shred-X toters with a slit and a lock, and you feed your stuff in there. It's $2 a banker's box, which is like 1/10 what Staples charges. So we're a municipality. We're mission driven. We're not trying to make a profit, but we want people to know about these things and to have year-round access. The hazardous waste is we're not doing the Barre or Montpelier events anymore because we were having to pay a contractor and we charged $20 a car. The average cost of a car for us to deal with that way was $200. So we really got hit hard every time we had an event. But we offer it all year round now by appointment.
Where? I'm sorry.
We're in Berlin, 300 Granger Road in the industrial park, far away from the river.
She says that with pride. I like
I
it.
say it with gratitude.
And are you referring to they're not doing it anymore, the one that we had right over
Yes.
here where the
Yes,
people would come in? And
right. And
Different
both the one in
laws,
Montpelier as well as the one in,
that was quite
Okay.
successful. Well,
it-
for the people dumping off the stuff, maybe not for you so much.
right. And now we can control the pace. If there's weather, we don't have to shut it down. We can have somebody make an appointment. The appointments allow us to see what people are bringing to. So if there's something that's a major issue, we can contact them and say, hey, that item doesn't get to be here. We have an
They're
agreement.
taking fabric again.
We're not taking fabric. We are taking wearable things. But when people bring us fabric, then we're step with step. We have to figure out what to do with. So fabric can go to the resource.
So it sounds to me like we don't have to wait for those special days anymore.
That's
This is
right.
a
Year-round.
year-round thing.
Year round.
Remember it is?
On Granger?
Yes.
Do you know where Pike Industries and Carroll Concrete are?
Yes.
We're right across the street from them.
Okay, so that's where the UPS building used to be.
Mhm.
Or is.
It's still there. We're not as far as that.
Not that far, going way down at the end. They're back further this way.
Yeah,
Up near the medical buildings?
Just before.
just before the medical
Or the
building.
metal?
We have a great big
After the
3x7
gym.
sign, and it's got,
Just after the gym,
yeah,
Up
it
around
says,
the corner.
yeah,
like up
So-
to Wendell, Wendell Electrics up there.
yeah. I will pass these out
Yes,
to
yeah, pass them
you
on.
folks.
I was gonna
So
say,
that
wait,
you
wait.
I have a question. So you've got your organization,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
Barre,
both times I
uh,
You do.
yeah,
We're supporting their project.
right.
And we support, you may not know this, we have municipal grants that we give out if you have a project where you want to better manage or waste so that more is being captured and diverted or reduce the amount of waste you're making. We have grants for municipalities. We have grants for schools that are pretty well used. We have grants for businesses and organizations. So, we have a lot to offer. You should check out our website.
I tell you, if there's any way you can figure out a way to support the clubs getting rid of their food waste after the dinners, because the clubs, I'll tell you, don't do what they should do. They should separate their food waste and compost it, and they do not.
And
They
it's the
throw it
law.
in the trash. And then that's the VFW, the Elks Club, all the clubs
Mhm.
just can't afford to do it and get it to a place to compost it.
Definitely
Anybody,
don't want to get anybody in trouble in this Zoom meeting today.
no, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if anybody could figure out a way to make money at collecting this stuff for the clubs.
There's not a lot of money to be made. On our website, we have a list of locations that we'll drop them off. We also have a list of haulers. And we've highlighted the haulers that haul food scraps. So there are local haulers that do serve the area. And if you don't want to make an appointment, but you've got a bag of batteries, we have on our resources tab, 3 special recycling outlets, and it's by area. Our waste district is large and shaped strangely. People in Duxbury are not going to drive here, nor are people from Hardwick or Tunbridge or Bradford. But we have it by area, the places near you that will take your fluorescent bulbs.
Doesn't,
You're back.
Nelson's.
Nelson.
Yes, they do.
Staples
They
takes some.
start-
Yeah, Yep, yeah, Computer Barn will take your, computers and TVs and whatnot. Yeah,
So, sorry, you mentioned clothing or cloth,
clothing, yeah.
and, so I'm in Barre Rotary, and we're
Okay.
having our second annual spring clothing drop and swap right over here.
Yes,
Michelle has helped with that.
right over the
together.
BOR, yeah.
When is that?
It is, I think,
16th and 17th
yes, I-
of May.
Yep,
16th and 17th.
9 to 3.
Yeah.
And
Saturday
this
and
is
Sunday.
9 to 3.
So 9 to 3 is drop off, where you literally drive up and then they'll load the clothing right out and put it on the carts and take it in. And then the next day, the 17th, the Sunday, there's 12, I think it's 12 to 4. That's when you actually park and walk in and figure out what you want,
Okay.
make a donation.
The 16th is the drop and the 17th is the swap.
Yeah.
And where is it located?
Right here in the BOR, right over there. Yep.
And wearable clothes and shoes, you can take and put them in the veterans thing at the Casella Waste Management by Agway.
So they've already made arrangements with the Salvation Army to do the pickup for anything left over on Monday afterwards.
Cool.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Mhm.
That's
So
fabulous, yeah.
Saturday is the big, so Nicole DiDomenico has been doing this. She did it at Norwich University and she wanted to bring it to
The
Barre.
name's familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nicole is big on, and so it's
Yeah.
quite an event
Mhm.
because, well, I don't know about you, but you know, we all need to get rid of stuff that we hate to throw it out. My wife doesn't mind throwing it out, but I like to get it reused. So if you just bring a bag of clothing up that you know someone could use, they will sort it, and even rags, they will, if it's just a rag, so they determine whether it's a rag or not, whether it's sortable, and they put it in sizes and there's a donation and you can come up and get as much as you want. I think it's a $2 donation now. You can take as many bags out as you want. It costs nothing to drop it off.
Yep.
Fantastic.
But that
Yeah.
kind of coincides with.
Right, and I'm working on getting mending workshops happening to get people excited about saving their favorite jeans, because there's not much like a pair of favorite jeans.
There's been some really
But they
interesting
buy them.
clothing that they get out of that. Nicole has, so the volunteers get first dibs.
As well they should.
And she's gotten some really nice stuff, but Michelle mentioned the, anything left over, is it the Salvation Army or somebody in Canada? They take it to Canada or something?
They might do that, but I think it's the Salvation Army. She told me is coming to pick it up on Monday morning from like 10 to 11 or something.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good thing, and you know, if we're talking about things.
Yeah, well, and we partner with Apparel Impact, which is the veteran-owned organization that keeps it all in New England. And that's why we do not take rags. We only take pretty wearable stuff. It can have a small rip or a stain, that's fine, but you don't want to drop off a pair of pants with one of the legs ripped off or just like rags. So they take sheets and towels as well, pairs of footwear, soft bags, things like that. But yeah.
And then just another note, so we do the Aldrich Public Library Breakfast part of the Heritage Festival. And we partnered with your organization because, you know, we, you know, as you just mentioned, the food goes in one and the trash goes in another. There's very little that can be recycled.
So use me as a resource. We have just reinstated our dinnerware loan kits and our waste bin kit loan programs for events. They're both smaller than they were before the flood, because the flood destroyed a lot of things. I've been able to replace some stuff and have just put it out on the website now. But if you have events where you would like support and I'm not already booked for something else, I work Saturdays sometimes, that's part of my job. I can help train folks for sorting your regular recycling, your food scraps, your trash, returnables. Like I can perhaps even provide some bins for use for the event.
So we work with Casella, gives us all the bins.
Fabulous.
And we had someone come to a meeting to try and discern that. And, you know, you literally gotta have a Nazi patrol at each.
Yes, you do. You have
Container.
to have,
Yeah.
yes, you have to have somebody, well, especially if there's alcohol involved, people
No.
just don't really care so much, but, and I've done it at the end of a marathon. I've done it at other types of events, and you have to direct people, and you get the long handled grabber to like pull the thing out if it's worth pulling out because you don't want contamination. But yes, and it's not a fun job, but you just like give your volunteers perks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's July 25th,
So-
Saturday, July 25th,
So July 25th is,
the breakfast on the Aldrich Public Library lawn.
And you can't recycle black plastic because the lens won't see it on the black conveyor belt.
well, not only that, hold on, I'm
It
making
turns
it.
out a lot of that stuff is not recycled.
It downcycles.
Mhm.
Plastic, unlike, well, glass doesn't recycle like it used to, which is a tragedy, and I'm not sure exactly what changed. I think it's the mixing of colors that have made it, they don't want to make, nobody wants a beer bottle that's the color of vomit. You know, they want clear or brown or green. And now we have glass in all these different colors and mix them together. It's terrible. But plastic doesn't recycle, it downcycles. And that means that bottle will not become another plastic bottle. It will become something less useful, and then after that it'll become garbage. Whereas your aluminum can, your tin can, just keep turning into more cans forever and ever.
I
But
thought they make some jackets out of.
they do. That would be like they use the bottles, they make like the synthetic fill for winter jackets, but when the winter jacket dies, it's landfill, right? But so I would love for you to reach out to me. I can give you my email is outreach@cvswmd. You can go on our website, you can contact me through anything there, through the phone. And you can recruit me to be your helper at the July 25th Aldrich Public Library Breakfast on the Lawn. I'm so glad
You see that?
we're
You should just
making all these
volunteer yourself
connections.
over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eddie.
you know,
So the solid waste district that's up north, whatever its name
there's
is,
a couple of them.
in Lindenville,
Northeast Kingdom, solid
they
waste.
have the machine, and it's back now because it got destroyed by lightning, that consolidates the white
Yes,
say that again.
styrofoam.
Yeah, we're not doing that yet. We're
But,
in,
is anybody thinking about
I can
that?
tell you.
it's very expensive. It is very staff time intensive. And right now we have just
Okay.
gotten up and running with hazardous waste, which requires like a year of experience before you're actually good at it. And the stakes are so high because it is dangerous and toxic that we are paying attention to what we're doing right now. And when we get really good and settled and have enough staff, we'll consider other things.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
But right now we've just upped our game by exponentially by taking on hazardous waste in-house year
Well,
round.
Sharon, I'm so glad you're up there because I got a ton of stuff. How do we promote them? Like, we got some awesome flyers, or any chance we
Yeah.
could like post around the auditorium?
Let's see, there's nobody gonna be in the auditorium, it's closed for construction, and
Where?
there's no public space to post
Maybe on the
anything over there.
website or something?
We could probably maybe do something on the website.
Yeah.
And Barry has always been very lovely, both Barry Town and Barry City, about sharing our information, but we would love for more people to know. And it's just kind of one of those things nobody thinks about until they're like, man, what do I do
I
with
didn't
all
even
this?
realize you were there, so this is amazing.
Phone number out
This is
where you
easier
call to make an
When you
appointment.
guys were.
It took me
Yeah,
forever
right.
to find the phone number.
Oh, the ARC, at the ARC. Yeah, it was, but we had our regulars, but you know, people just don't know. We put ads in newspapers, we put stuff out on Front Porch Forum almost every other week. And people just still don't know because
Yeah.
they're all busy.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm so glad you came. Thank you so much, Sharon.
Thank you,
We're gonna
thank
do
you.
that.
So if you want to really keep up on information, like us on Facebook. Okay. Because
Do you want to
nobody
plug
does.
your Facebook name right now?
Just look on Facebook for Central Vermont Solid Waste and it'll come up. And I just put information out there and literally like one or two people will like it enough, and it's
Perfect.
me.
Thank you,
I
Sharon.
want to recap, for the Fix It Fair, what you need from our group, just so that I make sure that I.
We need
Do you think we should
more
do that in
fixers.
More
the agenda?
fixers.
We need more fixers. That's what we need. I
Let's-
think we've got it covered for like general help volunteers, but if somebody wanted to step up, I'm gonna be all there all day helping just wherever help is needed.
Let's do that in agenda A, because I set you guys up for the Fix It Fair to definitely talk it up. And I just wanted to make sure we got enough. Eddie, I wanted you to plug the fair coming up real quick, the donation fair.
This drop and swap.
Drop and swap. What date is it again?
It is,
May 16th and 17th.
Perfect. And we talked about it a little bit. Is there anything you wanted to add with that as well?
well, I think we'll have it on the sign. Can we get it on the sign?
It's already scheduled to be up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
And
I knew Michelle was on it.
Nicole will probably put something out for volunteers.
Mhm.
She coordinates. She has a very good system for volunteers,
Excellent.
training and stuff. And then, as I said, I think they get fed, and again, they have first dibs. But she's really organized. It's quite a process. People come meet you at the car, grab the bag, and then they just work behind the scenes sorting and sizing and so just picture the BOR, which is a pretty big facility, where tables upon tables.
Yeah.
100 tables.
My goodness, seriously?
That are
100 tables, yes.
Wow.
I didn't go last year. I was out of town, but I think she's got them like, children's, women's, men's sizes,
Like a department
the
store.
whole thing. Yeah. And it's pretty cool.
What time, I need to show up on July 25th and I just need to know what time to show up.
Well, I'm thinking on the July 25th thing that you'd come to one of our meetings prior to that and have a little thing.
Will you invite me? Let me
Yes, I have all your
invite me
contact
now. Okay, great.
You could be our presenter that day. We meet at Wednesday at noon at the Aldrich Public Library downstairs in the middle room.
Perfect collaboration.
Yeah, this is the thing.
This Wednesday?
Break
every
through the
Wednesday.
silos.
Every Wednesday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a nice lunch catered by Gusto's.
Now, is this specifically
Rotary
the
came.
library or Rotary?
Rhodey came to our meeting. She didn't have lunch with us, but,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Sharon?
Rotary.
it is a meeting
This is
every
Gary.
Wednesday at the library.
Correct.
And then this is
Is
Rotary.
George Mills still coming?
He makes it once a month now. He's, as you know, he's getting up there and has had many challenges.
I worry about it.
And, but he's still a very Rotarian to heart. He's yeah, thanks for asking. It's, yeah, we do a lot of things. So you mentioned art, so we did the mural on Summer Street, or somebody mentioned.
Right.
That's holding up nice, and that
looks great.
And you just did a little bit of repair to it recently last summer.
There's an artist. And the other thing about art is we have the Barre Art Splash,
Yes.
which is every 2 years. That's a bit of a project. That's where we have on the statues on the street. You may or may not have seen them. So,
Pigs or
yeah,
like
so we
farms.
raise cars,
Bears.
cats and
Oh,
dogs,
yeah,
and
that.
bears,
Bear.
Okay.
ducks, and he signed me up for a rooster. I did a rooster. That's my last name's Roost. So
The Barry Schools right
that's
now
good.
have art in the old library room, so if you go in there, look at that art, it's up there now from
yes.
all the kids, and it's
Oh, we love
amazing.
that. So that's where we had lunch today. It was beautiful.
So, one of the things we actually want to talk about more is murals and artwork, and that's actually a goal of mine. I don't know if you guys know this, but I sell paint for a living. So you guys actually have
An inn.
But I'd love to talk more about that and the other points of interest, because it's definitely a goal of mine to get more, a goal of ours to get more artwork on the walls.
I'm sorry, that sometimes words are hard. I believe AARP has community grants that are really focused to creating more like livable, functional village center or downtown spaces.
So glad you brought that up, because in section C, we're going to talk about grants. So gonna have you hold off, and if you don't mind, we'll talk about NTD because we're looking for grants.
Yeah, I was reading
So
those
glad you're here.
on the computer. They just came out of a batch last week on the computer.
Any more, but Eddie? I didn't want to interrupt.
On the mural, so it was quite a project, that mural.
Yeah.
We were collaborating with the Granite Museum to put it together. And it was a projection. It was almost like a paint by numbers thing, but it was, because we needed a significant amount of space, for each panel that went up there. And it was, and a lot of the artists came out and did that. And we're wondering, Caroline Earl was the spearhead behind that, and she'd love to do another one. It's just a matter of finding the right space. So there's the one over on Center Street that's kind of already there.
So I have an idea for one.
Yeah, where would you like to have one?
There's a walkway, there's two, one between Northfield Savings, tall brick, but there's also another one, middle of town, kind of by TD Bank.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
And it's
there's one
kind
by
of,
Subway
And
too.
there's one by Subway as
that's the
well.
one I'm thinking of.
that's the one.
And it needs some more color and it's
It's already got some
faded.
graffiti in there that should probably be
Correct.
taken care of.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that and other points of interest, because 100% I want to do another one. And I know Rotary did that one. And I'd love to partner with you guys on a new one.
It's, that we were worried about graffiti and vandalism on that. It's been pretty good. But if we did one in one of those alleyways there, I bet you couldn't avoid having some graffiti or something.
So here's a little,
I'd still put it up though.
People don't want to destroy beauty.
Yeah.
And right now it's just plain and not.
Right. No, I think we could do, like, I would envision doing one and use the correct paint. Yep, that is washable where you can do that, because that's what that mural is. If anybody did do that, we've got a seal coating. There's Ted Goulet. I don't know if you guys know Ted.
Yes.
But he's Reynolds and Son, and he's all industrial and commercial stuff. So he found some coating on that would allow you to wash.
Wow.
off
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, there's numerous ones that
Yeah.
we can get our hands on.
And so the murals on the walkway, that's what we're calling.
Yeah, but 100%, we want artwork.
There's another larger space on.
And you get the
south side,
community
too,
people involved to do the painting, right? It's not.
By
Well,
Diego's.
It's local artists,
Oh.
yes.
Local artists, and our idea is to get the kids involved too.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So just to move along, guys, because we've been coming up with some awesome ideas, and I want to get to the agenda as well. Is there any other public comment?
So is the
Anything anybody
wiffle ball
wants
thing
to add?
now or later?
No, not yet. I'll call you in a second, Marilyn.
Just-
Any other public comment? No? Do I have to motion to move on that?
No.
No,
No.
we didn't make any,
Perfect.
any.
So next, approval of minutes from previous meeting.
I motion we approve minutes from previous meetings.
Bernadette, this is where you come in.
Okay, yep, aye.
Second? Bernadette seconded.
Did you?
Was that-
Did she?
Say
You have to
second.
say it. You
Doing the-
can't say it for her, John.
No, she doesn't
Sorry.
say it.
The only one that can
All right,
sound here.
Hold on. Oh
that's
my,
Bernadette who?
She's one of our committee members. She's on Zoom.
No, I just wondered, is it Bernadette Rose?
No,
No, Bernadette somebody else.
All right, motion to approve minutes from last meeting. Any debate? None. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
aye.
All opposed? None. All right, approval of last meeting's minutes is approved.
So moved.
All right, so to the agenda. Marilyn, this is you now. Fix It Fair. So we talked a little bit about the Fix It Fair for during public comment.
Right,
I'd love to see how we can help you out with this, because it sounds like you already got it all put together. Just
just, put it out anywhere with the information that, if you are like a handy person and like doing specific things, like I'm good at doing small electric,
Mhm.
the household things and.
I will say that the, they're doing a trade show here very soon over at, Central Vermont Career Center. over here at Spalding.
Okay,
So they're gonna be doing that. So they'll be having a bunch of different people and folks there. It might be worthy to either get a ticket to get into that or see what's there. And maybe even some of the young youth over there might be willing to be your fix-its.
so
That's a good idea.
when is that? I mean, our thing is the 9th of May, so when is their thing?
I don't remember. The only reason I know about it is because HR is gonna have a booth there to hire people.
Okay.
So I do know that's happening. But if you get a
So-
hold of the Career Center over there,
Okay,
they should be able to tell you, or even
Okay.
maybe even advertise for you to see if there's some
right,
young, tradespeople that would be
Right.
interested in being a part of this, because that's another great way for them to get their name out there as well.
Okay,
That's a
and
good
it's
idea.
a career fair?
It's
or what
annual
is-
trades fair, Thursday, May 28th at 5:30.
Oh, it's after us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're in the planning stages now, so they probably have some
Right.
resources.
so they might know people.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, Alice, can we get Marilyn the contact info for the Career Center? Because, I mean, this sounds great for the kids to actively
Yeah, it
work
does.
on.
It's,
I can send it to you.
right, it's right on
And
Google it, and I'm
being-
sure it'll be there.
Being a requirement for graduation volunteerism for high school kids is big, so
Mhm.
some of these career center students would probably benefit from some volunteer hours in
Yeah.
what they're practicing to do when they
Right,
graduate.
so we
The other-
don't
the
do
other
anything
thing
with fuel, so no small engine repair,
Mhm.
but,
Right,
yeah, but
and we're not encouraging computers or phones, because I think in terms of repair, they're much more difficult now than they were in 2017. So unless I'm not suggesting that we do that for this one. If we get people who say, yeah, it would work, then the next one, because I want to have one at least twice a year. I'm hoping to make this a permanent kind of thing.
Other things though that the career center, could be,
furniture,
yes,
Yeah.
right.
rewiring lamps,
Mhm.
or things like that.
Yeah.
There are a fair number, reupholstering or the woodwork and furniture
I
or.
was thinking of the woodworking
Yeah,
portion.
Is there a way we could,
welding.
maybe post on Facebook page or front page forum for Parks and Rec for City of Barre that we're looking for fixitors for?
I do not have a front porch forum, account yet. I went to the training to do it, but I just haven't got to it. I just got my Facebook up and alive finally after
Congratulations.
being here,
I'm
yes,
sorry,
since last
Facebook
July.
is.
But as a person, you just have to get on there and put your
Yeah.
name and
But I have to open an
Address.
account first. I haven't done that. I have to do it a certain way as an organization,
Yes.
government. I
Oh,
went to a class and a
organization.
training. I just,
But any.
one baby steps for me.
Right,
any
and
of us could do it.
we're allowed to,
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
we're allowed to put 2 posts out every 30 days or month to all 19 of our towns as a blast that I think, put unlimited messaging out to individual towns in our district. And we have found, like, when we've done our hazardous waste collection events, and we ask people, how did you learn about this event? Front Porch Forum is by far the most effective way to reach people.
It is pretty big.
Is it something, Barry Partnership would be able to, or would be
Mention.
willing to
The fair?
mention? The Fix It Fair.
Yes, I took a picture of it so I can post it.
Perfect.
So I just thought of
Oh, you're
something, I'm
very
trying
on.
to think,
Okay.
this is new to
Thank
me, I've never heard of such a thing, I'm trying to think. I can't fix it, I'm not very good at fixing anything. I can break stuff and I can tear down stuff, but I can't fix it.
Right?
Got a demolition fair.
Yeah. But I said, so I'm like, well, why not? Cause I have a garage, and so I can regrip golf clubs.
That's a big thing.
If you wanted to volunteer to regrip golf clubs, that could be a specialty that might bring in people who otherwise wouldn't come.
Little cost to it, you gotta get the grip,
The
but I have all the
materials.
other material.
And that's the
Just
way
need
it
the
works.
grip, I'm sorry?
Yeah, it works. You don't absorb the cost of the work you do. The people who get their things repaired would have to pay for the materials that were used to repair their item, but the work is,
Yeah.
the volunteer.
I mean, I have some grips. I could go down and at least, cause this is a teach or is it just a do? I can
Both.
teach people how to do them.
It's both, yeah.
You need although this is at the church, they probably don't have a vice grip down there. But it's just, I could probably show how to do that. Not that I,
It's awesome. That's
Yeah.
all.
Never thought of that. What can I add to this? I can't do anything.
Probably.
I could change a golf grip.
We can have,
Somebody's got these old clubs.
Told my husband.
do you mean a regular bicycle?
Still works.
Well, to do it, so there's a piece of rubber that goes around the golf club and there's a special
Okay, and
knife.
there's a tool like,
That
a
takes
special
out-
tool that you need.
I have all the tools. It's just I need advice to do it.
Just depends
I mean, right,
A vice or a
Just
bicycle?
so you hold the club and you rip off the grip and then you get it all clean down to the metal and then you put the tape on and
If you told us what you needed, if
Sure
you
you
didn't, if we didn't have it, we would try and find somebody who would loan it to us for the day.
Well, you can't
That's
just
the
get a
deal.
vice grip, you gotta put.
You're talking about a
It gets
table
bolted,
mounted
it
device.
gets
Yeah, you
bolted
gotta get the bench too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think we could get, it would just
Talking
take
about
4 people to move the bench
Yeah.
to
Anyway,
where we gotta go.
That's interesting,
let's,
if you're really into it, I could make it work. What day is that?
the day
ninth is
the day before Mother's Day.
that
Saturday.
sounds like a Saturday.
It is
Yes.
a Saturday.
What's going on?
You gotta just get me out on a Saturday.
Oh, sorry guys, we got a question. Michael, I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand up there.
It's okay. The perks of being online. I was just gonna say anything that you guys want to put out on Front Porch Forum. If you want to get me information, I don't mind sharing out to the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I also, Michelle LaFranz at Spalding High School is a good resource to potentially get kiddos that are trying to do community service as well.
The little guy in your hands, want to do some volunteer work too?
A
Looks
little
like
girl,
he's,
no, my granddaughter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
But
almost bedtime
also-
for her.
Diary Jerome coordinates.
So Marilyn, we need, sounds to me like we need,
A lot of the volunteer stuff for Spalding too.
He coordinates the announcements weekly. He does a newsletter every Sunday. He puts it out for Monday.
Zachary, who?
Jerome,
With a J or a G?
Jay.
Thought I'd ask. Never know.
Marilyn, sounds like we need some fixitors for you. See if we can, post some things. Michael might be able to put on front page forum for you from the city of Barre.
Right.
Looks like we found a golf grip guy, which, I'll talk to you after the meeting, cause I got some golf clubs I need grip.
Do you need me to still connect you with Central Vermont Career Center, or will you?
Oh,
look that
no,
up?
I'll write that down and then I'll get that online.
I'll take it off my list then.
Perfect. Anything else for the repair fair?
I don't think so. We just need to keep soldiering on and get more, cause I'm sure people will kind of come out, a lot of people with just one little thing.
Maybe we'll see you there.
I've got some people who are volunteering to be a fixer. One,
Anybody that,
worked from NASA, so.
Know anybody that can fix dents?
Okay.
Yes, he has also agreed. He will fix dents.
Oh, Jason's gonna do dance, okay, that's,
When you say dents, what do you mean? Like
the dent
cars?
guy,
Dent on your car, so when people slam their door open and,
right,
you get that.
but
ding.
they'll have to be outdoors and I hope it doesn't rain.
So, but it's not for you, Ed.
He's the dent guy, so you get a ding, you get a dent in your car, not like a crash, but
Right.
Go on his website,
he has a
dentguy.com.
way of getting that.
He's
out.
awesome.
It's amazing.
He's not only a dent remover, he's a paintless dent remover, so he actually does it all right there, and he's amazing at
I feel
it.
like there's a
It's like
conflict.
crash, he can fix
Well,
it.
Well, he'll be at
It was a
the,
good pitch for.
Right.
So I kept it.
he'll be at the repair fair.
He'll be at the, perfect.
Okay, if we have nothing else for the repair fair, do we have a motion to move to the next agenda item? Great, next item is the wiffle ball tournament.
Okay. The first and kind of most important thing is we cannot call it a wiffle ball tournament unless we go on the wiffle ball website and get an account and say that we're gonna call it a wiffle ball tournament and give them the date and who's in charge and yada yada, because they're very protective of the term wiffle,
The trade name,
the trade name. So
What can we call it?
a lot of, well,
plastic
I-
ball and.
we can call them plastic ball or backyard ball, or I was thinking maybe baseball light.
Baseball junior?
Yeah, something, so we just need to figure something out.
Wiffle ball is a copyrighted word.
Trademark, right.
Trademark, I think it's because they're called wiffle balls. You probably have other versions of it, but people call it sort of like
Like
Velcro,
Velcro.
but Narcan, for example, that's the brand name. It's not necessarily what the dosage, like different things we
Right.
just
Clean, we call
claimed
it
it.
Kleenex, but everybody calls it tissues because Kleenex is trademark.
Yes.
So that cause I
What
went
about
on
ping
to
pong?
find it
Has that
out,
been
so.
trademarked?
So
It
we
might
can,
be.
we can call it
It's
something
also a
else.
league,
But-
so it might have been trademarked.
Something else,
Yeah.
or just
Mhm.
summer, or.
How did you learn that?
I went on the wiffle ball website.
Really?
Yeah. That's how, I mean, they have standards for this.
Generic old
Like
balls,
the-
perforated plastic balls.
They have,
Plastic baseball.
So do we have to pay a
They are-
fee to use their name?
I'm not sure because I didn't go fill out the form and everything.
Oh.
Because they want to know the date. When you fill out the form, they want to know the date of the tournament. Well, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Mhm.
But, so
Interesting.
they have a standard size for their field and the bases and it's different and so you can go and look at all the rules and I mean, they've been doing this for what, 30, 40 years now, so they're pretty well organized and so you probably want to do it that way, but you don't want to be tied into their approval of when it's going to be this day, and you're not going to be trying to be one of the winners of the best wiffle ball tournament in the world. So I was just surprised to see that the wiffle ball equipment is trademarked and the whole game is trademarked. So we have to think of something else and
And so you're saying if we, sorry, let me get caught up here. Whose idea was the wiffle ball tournament?
mine.
Okay. And what was the idea behind that?
That it's something you can do in your backyard
Yeah.
with minimal equipment.
Space.
I think it,
So where would
at
we
least
have
it would
this? Where
cost-
would it be?
in one of your parks.
Okay.
So this was
Very
actually, this is something I was actually thinking of when we heard about wiffle ball. We could do this in the BOR on the turf,
Good.
and I'd have to look at the dimensions, but we could put multiple.
It's not very big
But I
because
also,
you can't hit the ball very far.
But if you look at the standard wiffle ball league, it's not big at all. So
Right.
They have, Fenway replica parks for wiffle ball and stuff.
yeah,
but
That's
it's
interesting.
also
And
something that
they don't have as many bases.
Okay, so if you
They
had a
don't have
tournament,
3 bases, they don't have
so if you,
4 bases.
we did this and it would be a tournament, cause it's like snow softball, they've done that before and that's you sign up and there's a fee for each team and there's stuff going on. And so carrying it further,
But I would my thought is,
yeah,
I want this to be for the kids who don't have money.
right.
So I don't want it to be a big fee. I don't want us to start having to have T-shirts with your name on it and all the rest of it.
So it wouldn't really be a tournament perhaps. I mean,
Well,
because
it'd be like
A
Three-
league,
3,
almost
4,
like a wiffle
like a game.
ball league or something?
game.
but not just one game. I mean,
Like a weekly league or a monthly league?
I was thinking probably for a month, you would have games over the course of the month, and then in maybe the last week, you'd have the tournament for how many games you have. But
one of
that's
the
the problem.
things
That's why I'm
that-
bringing it to you guys. I don't know how to organize this or what it needs to turn out to be. I just have this
So-
vision that young children who don't have anything else to do in the summer because they can't afford to go places and do things.
Yeah.
And if you buy enough equipment, it's gonna be less than $300 for equipment for a lot of teams, and it can be way less than that if we schedule when the teams play. And I'm going to go to the Elks Club next Tuesday night, I think is when they meet. And I'm an elk and I paid my dues on April 1st so that I can still be there. And I'm going to ask them, if you guys say you will help organize this and the Barre Partnership will help organize this, because I don't know how, will they give us $200 for the equipment? And I'm hoping they say yes. And if not, I mean, I'll go to the VFW auxiliary. I'm a member there and I'll ask them for $100. And eventually we'll have the money to buy.
I don't think it'd be that.
But
I
it's
don't
not.
think
So that is the reason why I had asked, Tracy to be here, because one of my thoughts were to, have this maybe during the Barre Heritage Festival. So that it is, we've already have the community out and about within downtown Barre, maybe we can use the different parks like Spalding or Barre Town or Farwell.
Make it a whole yard game kind of tour. You could do
Correct.
like cornhole at one park, you could do badminton in another,
Yeah.
you could do ladder ball somewhere else, or ladder ball and cornhole.
So it doesn't have to be a whole month, and maybe, this could be just a kind of a.
You could start it out as a tester. I had actually reached out to Michelle and she was gonna bring it up tonight, but like to have the rec department do like games on Main Street during the Heritage Festival, Saturday afternoon, like what were the things that I suggested?
You want a relay race?
Relay race,
Sack,
sack
like a sack,
toss,
sack race.
Water
different,
balloon
different
fight.
things.
What do they call it?
Water
Sack
balloon
race?
fight, I would love that, but probably not.
Like a shark.
But I thought maybe the rec department would be interested in doing something. Back years before I was part of the partnership, there used to be tub races.
Yes, I remember that. Boxcar racing.
Yeah. Yep. And that hasn't happened since, I don't think, maybe 2018 was the last time it happened, because it didn't happen in 19. Right. So we have some availability in the afternoon to have some games to be played that kids would love to do. So if you want to do it in the street, if you want to do it, we could set up Northfield Savings Bank parking lot or a different parking lot that, I could try to coordinate. We can't do it in Courier Park during Heritage Festival because the streets are closed and traffic is going that way. And so I can't safely have
baseball diamond by Fisher Auto.
Yeah,
we got some parks that people don't realize we have.
We have a lot of parks. The problem is with Heritage Festival, everything is centered right on Main Street.
Tracy, I'd like to develop this one more on a F, because I would love to do exactly that.
Okay.
But the wiffle ball, it sounds like we got two ideas for wiffle ball coming up right now. One's for the kids, kind of a league sort of thing. Sounds to me like it would be something like camps. That would be perfect.
Because she
Go ahead,
did some great summer camps this summer, right? That kids could do.
So wiffle ball brings back nostalgia.
Could do badminton.
And badminton's the same thing. So these are things
That
that
would not be trademarked.
I don't see it as much as a tournament in this vein as I do just and I was thinking of Courier Park, but if it's not available, because then you can't play wiffle ball in the streets.
No.
I mean,
no, that would be hard to do during Heritage Festival on Main Street. But so I think like a wiffle ball
outside of the Heritage Festival, if you just set up something where people, if we put it out there for kids to how many kids even know what wiffle? They don't because they're not exposed to it.
Sounds like we need somebody to teach them.
Really?
And I don't know. I don't have kids. I know. I agree with you. 100%.
There hasn't been a video game yet made for wiffle ball.
No, we're talking, this is like, look, you think kids know what wiffle ball is today?
Yes,
Um,
Eddie kids absolutely know what wiffle ball is.
Well, then for the kids that don't have a ball in the bat, then we would provide that and we put a makeshift, I mean, just a come up to wherever and we're gonna play wiffle ball. Anybody's available, you pick teams, we would either have a pitcher and if the kids can't take a pitch from the air, then you could just have a little
T-ball.
the T-ball thing and that's how you would get kids involved to play. All I can envision is somebody who has never played wiffle ball, Mike, ever before, and they get exposed to the game, which is baseball,
Mhm.
softball. I mean,
yeah, right.
and this is such a low cost thing. There's no mitts. You don't need a mitt. You don't need spikes. You don't need any
Helmets?
uniform. You don't need a helmet. And I just think exposing it as an open arena to play without a tournament or a league type thing,
Okay.
I think would hold water.
I'm wondering if I have a meeting with Matheson Playground on Friday, but they always like to do something for the Heritage Festival. I don't know exactly what they're planning, but I can always bring this up because that might be a great place. It's not far from where all the activity is.
Yeah.
You'd be batting towards probably away from the traffic towards the playground and stuff, but they have a nice
fence.
little open area and they have a fence.
Yeah,
Well,
So-
I'm thinking of a little league field right now at Rotary Park. Would be perfect for that.
that
That little one down
there, yeah.
below, yeah.
So that's also asphalt, isn't it?
The one-
Matheson?
Yeah.
The one
Yes,
that-
no,
Rich
well,
McSheffrey.
some of it is, and they've got a spongy pad now down on some of it,
Matheson's the little.
right at the corner over
Yeah,
here.
the Matheson playground, they have a
Yeah.
sign. We donated steel benches for their
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
The Little League field that McSheffrey was trying to get going, I mean, that's a great place. I mean, you can play, the great thing about wiffle ball is you can play anywhere.
Yeah.
Michael, you see any interest? I know you and Bernadette work for Barre City. You think we could get some kids to participate?
I think that
It's
if
not-
we were to advertise it, we definitely could.
Okay.
Bernadette.
They come.
I'm just, am I on mute or what?
No, we
No,
can hear you.
I
Okay,
hear you.
you guys are talking, I think it's great, and I didn't want to interrupt, but I know that woman, when she was speaking, I forgot your name, I apologize. You
Marilyn.
were
Oh,
talking
Marilyn.
about Maryland, oh, my mom's name, how could I forget? You were talking about people that don't have a lot of money, and I'm thinking, well, and throughout the summer, there's the pool area. And again, I'm thinking, let's start, I think the Heritage Festival is a great thing. But again, remember, Joshua, I mentioned the pocket parks, like having a little
Yep.
bag. Michael, you're familiar with that because we do it at the school, having little bags with supplies of frisbees, wiffle balls, whatever. And, having a bunch of either volunteers or certain people going to these little parks and doing stuff with the kids and drumming up interest there. And in summer school, after, I don't know where they're having summer school. If it's Barre City, I'm not sure.
No summer school this year. They
No
cut it out
summer
of the
school.
budget.
Where is it going
What
to
did
be?
you call it again, Bernadette?
They're not
Well,
gonna
they-
have it, Bernadette.
Pocket parks, like the pocket parks. It's like I'd love to do stuff and get to know the kids
Oh,
more. I do know the kids in my neighborhood because I was on the bus for. I was actually a bus rider, and we've got like on Railroad Street we have we just have a lawn. Actually, it's a nice lawn, but then on the other side there's another park that's further down. Like I forgot, sort of by the river, but it's. There's all those little places where kids, if they're that unable to go places, then they're most likely they wouldn't be traveling to a lot of places either. So let's bring the activities to them. That I'm always big on that. That's just a thought. And then
So
if
I
they
think we
drum
got
up the interest, the parents would be like, "Hey, yeah, let's do this big tournament thing." It's
I
just
think
a
we
thought.
got an idea of brewing, definitely for the kids, maybe something after school and stuff. I just wanted to bring up an idea I had. You want it for the kids, but as soon as you said wiffle ball tournament, Eddie kind of hit it on the head. Brings back a lot of nostalgia. I think this could be a good fundraising thing where a bunch of adults would actually be very interested as well. For a tournament, maybe during Heritage Festival.
The 3-pitch.
yeah, and they get very competitive. So
Yeah.
actually, I've been in touch with Michelle Downer, who is the president of the Central Vermont Women's Softball League. We haven't been able to connect this week, but, I kind of mentioned to her what I'd love to talk to her about because she would be able to help. I think she could, I haven't asked her yet, help organize, a tournament like this where it could be a good fundraiser. So
We just have to find what we're fundraising for, and it's
Like
just a
softball
second
with her.
addition to what you were talking about with the
Right.
kids. It brought back that nostalgia, and I was like, I could see a bunch of people like putting some teams together. We could do an afternoon thing. We could do it maybe during the Heritage Festival,
Yeah.
and it'll be,
Yeah,
not
I
only.
just don't want the adults to take it over from.
No, this would be a 1 day thing. This would be like kind of frozen fun for
But,
families type thing.
that's what I was thinking.
This is gonna be like
like a summer.
That made me think
summer,
that it would work.
yeah, summer
So,
wiffle ball for.
Sounds like we have an in because you play.
I used to play with Michelle. We
Yeah,
played in high
okay.
school softball state champs 3 years in a row.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Friends with
she's great.
Michelle.
She's great. I used to call her my evil twin.
Oh.
She's not evil by any means.
No,
I'm just kidding.
no.
She's awesome. She's
And you
awesome.
play softball too.
I haven't in years, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I think we all.
I'm
have
just
connection.
throwing this idea to you.
You throw out a great idea, and
And
I think
I'll
we can
get
run
the-
with it.
and I'll help raise some money for it if I can. But my bandwidth for doing anything more is really, because I'm treasurer for my church and I'm treasurer for All Together Now in East Montpelier. And then I end up with all this other stuff, so.
It adds
Also
up
doing
quick.
stuff
I'm just-
with Society of Women Engineers
Oh,
that she's kind of doing all around.
I chartered the SWE program, so they are doing something for the South Burlington Girl Scouts, so I'm gonna go there for the first time in like 30 years. I'm gonna go to their meeting.
I appreciate the bandwidth thing. Honestly, the ideas,
Yeah.
just bringing the ideas is
Good
huge,
idea.
and like
Good idea.
letting us run with it is perfect.
Okay,
Like,
and I do want to move into let's make something like All Together Now here in Barre.
Mhm.
It's just,
yeah,
Rhodey can tell you, all her kids went through their program and they are amazingly grounded and amazingly into everything and make things happen.
I definitely want to talk about that. I would like to move on to the next agenda item, and let's talk about All Together Now more in agenda out.
Oh, okay.
But the next one is, Bernadette's brought this up a few times, and we talked about maybe doing something where we can give away some pool passes or other things in the community that kids can actually use. And we talked about actually looking for some community activities grants.
Yep.
Bernadette, did you want to maybe touch on what you were talking about last meeting?
About giving pool passes out, it's like, I guess,
Yeah.
depending on, the volunteers, it's just, and I understand, Joshua, you were like, it's good to volunteer for activities without, having to always get something. But on the other hand, it's not costing the city anything in a sense for me. So it's always a good thing to, it's kind of like a nice gesture. So,
Sure.
yeah, that's all.
So we kind of touched on
1 day passes? or
maybe
2 day
like
passes?
trying to find a way to actually get some free passes for some kids who maybe don't have the fundage.
Well, I
Could be
think
pool.
Rotary purchases pool passes and have them at the library. Kids can sign them out at the library to go to the pool.
Great. We already figured that out. Next
There
agenda.
you go. How many passes?
It's just a little pass. They sign it out and they take it. Yeah, and they get to go to the pool and then they sign it back in. If that's my understanding, right?
Yeah, no, I can't remember. I think it was, we definitely have done that in the past. I don't know how much it is per minute. Is it like, we might have donated $100. I don't know how many passes that gets, but
Yeah.
$6, I
Excellent.
think, is a pass.
yeah.
But that's perfect. Yeah. So
And
Last
it's
year there were
cool.
2 passes. There was one, I believe, from the Kiwanis Club and one from Rotary, both at the library for checkout, available for I think
Okay, that's what it
up to
was.
5 days.
So it was a pass that you could check out and then it was a repeatable pass. Or
Yep.
like a one-time use, Mike?
It was a season pass that you would go and bring to the pool for a family admission.
Oh,
And then bring it back to the library or wherever you got it?
How much is the season
Yeah,
pass?
back to the library to check it in. Yep.
Yeah,
Kind of like
so
you're
a season
checking in or
pass-
out a book.
So a season
One's
pass
for
is like what, $120 or
non-resident,
something
one's
like
for
that?
resident. What's a season
Yeah.
pass?
Do you happen to know off
Something
the top of
around
your
there.
head?
It was about that. Right, I read it last week, it's about that.
So
So
that
that's what we
was,
do.
so that was one of the things that, like I had mentioned to you, about looking for funding. And so this program would be one of those things where we could purchase passes for, for families. And, it would kind of be not, I don't know, scholarship is the right term, but we would,
No, it's an
people
advertising
apply.
opportunity for, so.
A business?
Yeah, so
Oh,
Rosalie
there you
and I had been, so when you want to do something like this, you go to, I keep saying Yipe Stripes, but, because there's such a great community organization, it's like, if you went there and said, we've got this program, we're gonna get 10 passes, would you like to sponsor one?
Mhm.
And
Right.
then somehow get Yipe Stripes, some ink someplace, and you go to 10 organizations, Rotary's one, Yipe Stripes is one, Barre
No,
Partnership is
With the
one,
logo on the pass, actually.
Right.
something like that. That's the
I like
way
that.
that,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
From the library.
That's a great idea.
Check it out, right?
Yeah.
so there's just so many people and businesses that would sponsor things like that if it was initiated by the rec department in this vein. So there's just there's just a lot of stuff going around here tonight at this meeting, and you just have to sort of knock them off one by one.
Yeah.
And if you, Ruth, your auto, I mean, I can think of so many businesses that they would
So
say,
this one sounds like we can develop
they
pretty
would
quick.
say, yes, Eddie, I'll buy a pass. How is it used again? So, they pick them up at the library and they return them. They're signed out. I'm sure there's some sort of collateral that's provided before they give out
Well,
the
they will have
pass.
to get do they pay, we don't pay for library
They have to
passes.
get a library, yeah, they have to get a library card
They
and
do.
check it out and
Mhm.
maybe.
Well,
it's
anybody
popular
can come
enough
into
that
the
somebody
library.
would just do it one in a day.
Right.
Anybody can come to the library, right? I mean, if that's what the
Public
pass
library.
is,
Mhm.
that's what they get.
This
They
is
just gotta get a library card so they can sign it out and if you don't return your book, that kind of stuff, they can send notices and that kind of
Right.
stuff. Same would be
And
for the
this
pass, I would guess.
just kind of, kind of keeps us from having to select who
Right.
gets it.
right,
We'll just
which was
make it
also our
available.
issue last time. So
Right,
we figured
right.
out to be able to get it in the kids' hands. Sounds like we can definitely find some people to donate to it.
Mhm.
We just we write up a letter and figure out a way to actually promote these businesses as well.
Mhm.
So solicit, donation for
Sponsorships, yeah.
Yeah,
sponsorship.
sponsorships.
How many would you like to get? 10? I mean, they're like 120 apiece. We don't know yet.
120 is for resident, 160 is for non-resident. So I don't know if we want to divvy that up at all, or does it matter? Because the public library is public library. Anybody could come from any town to the Aldrich
Well,
Library.
they would need a
Can I
library
make a
card, right?
point of contention
Oh, right.
as a city
Yeah, go ahead,
committee?
Michael. Yep.
As a city committee, I don't know that we should be funding outside of our committee recreation. I'm not sure that the council would support that.
I agree with you, Michael, and I think if we stick with
This resident, we
Just the
don't
resident.
need the non-residential pass,
Yeah.
just the residential.
and they do need a library card to get into the library and get this thing.
And
Yeah,
you can
I
get a
agree with Michael.
non-residential library pass.
If you want to check stuff out,
Check stuff out, you have a pass, but you can go in for free.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can check a book out, but you have to have
So
a,
you're saying that these pool passes would be like a book, and you can't check out a book unless you have a library pass.
Correct.
And so you can't check out the pool pass
Mhm.
unless
you have a
you have
You have a
one.
library card.
But I mean, that's really smart, a family that doesn't have a lot of means, uses a public resource and gets to enjoy things that are not at a lot of cost that are donated, they're teaching the younger generation
And it
to
promotes.
be resourceful
Mhm.
and it
Absolutely.
promotes
Is there-
people.
Is there a cost for that?
For what, their
The
card?
library card.
I don't think so, no, because I went and got
The
mine,
library
no.
cards are free.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
a free.
If
You have to
you
pay if you're an out of town resident. So if you're not
So
a city
then-
resident, you would have to pay an out of state or an out of town fee.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Oh,
You'd be surprised. I have groups that come from out of this community, comes here for a field trip to play in the Playground 2000 and then go to the pool. I have group rates that I make arrangements for.
But they're not getting our pass though.
No,
No,
they
they
don't
don't
get
get
that.
that.
No, they don't. It's only a family pass. It's a family pass that means 4.
So it would be a communication with the librarian.
You have to figure out what they want that
That-
process. Are they okay with handling more than the 2 that they currently do?
So I don't even know this, but in the past, when Rotary has donated for these passes, did we do it through the library or through the rec department?
I don't know because it would have been after my start last
Yeah.
July, so I don't know.
Well, we'll do it again, I'm sure, and I would, Josh, I would encourage you to put together a program for local businesses to support,
I agree.
family passes that we can give to,
Michelle, you think that's something you and I could work on next couple
Absolutely.
weeks?
passes.
When's the,
That works. I just wonder, are any of you people belong to the Elks? Okay, then you must know about the grants from national that you can get for specific programs. Like probably for the wiffle ball tournament and probably for this, whatever, so.
Yeah.
And if you, and the VFW Auxiliary National and the the American Legion Auxiliary National does the same thing, so, if you think of these things ahead of time, we could always work up an application for something like that.
I'm also wondering if the library could be another good resource, kind of like checking out the pool pass, but checking out the wiffle ball equipment, or checking out the frisbees, or checking out the ladder ball
Pocket.
or the bocce ball, you know, and then the
Pocket
kids
park.
can go right to the parks and utilize that open space, you know, assuming that they don't have the open space in their own yard to do it. Or if they want to get their friends together and their parents don't want all their grubby little friends over or something like that.
that's honestly a great idea, and that,
Mhm.
I mean, we found the
And the Legions
conduits to
too.
actually get this stuff out to the community, and that's the library.
Yeah, we just need to.
That was not
I
just
don't know
the
if it's really
auxiliary,
gonna walk the hill and get there.
Right,
so the American Legion,
yeah, the library's downtown, within walking distance from us. Things.
right, but the Legion and the auxiliary are 2 different organizations. And the VFW auxiliary and the VFW are different organizations, so they both can do the same thing.
So just to move this one along, it sounds like we have a great idea here.
Right.
Michelle, you and I will work on putting something together to try to get some donations for these passes.
I think we should talk to the library first though and make sure that it's Christina, right? Kristen, that's what I thought.
Talk to
I have so many
library.
Kristen and Christines within my area, that we should check with her to make sure she's okay with handling that. If we increase the amount, if she's okay with us using her as that conduit, I think,
Okay.
before we just say, hey, we're gonna do this. And oh, by the way, do you mind doing that for us? After we've already gone and gotten a whole
All right.
bunch.
So who's willing to have those,
I can reach out to Kristen.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Eddie.
And I guess we'll just wait to hear back from you, and then we can start working on something.
Absolutely.
Just for clarification, what am I asking her?
If she's okay with increasing the number of passes that we can have people check out at the library.
For pool passes.
For the
The pool passes.
I love how you just volunteered, and you're like, "What am I doing?"
No
again?"
idea.
I'm gonna send her a text right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it voice, so if you don't mind, taking a break.
Talk away.
Hi, Kristen, I'm on the Barre Rec Committee, and we're discussing increasing the number of pool passes that the library gives out, period. Do you have any comments or objections to that? Question mark. How's that?
We might want to change it to checks out, not gives out,
Okay, thanks.
All right.
because they go through a process of checking them out and they
Yeah.
have to return them.
They're
because
discussing
it's a
increasing the
season
number
pass.
of pool passes that the library gives out,
Check
and we
that.
will change that to checks out.
Beautiful. Lovely.
Do you have any comments or objections?
Mark off
She'll
that.
be,
Yeah.
she'll be,
My can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
My
do you think?
my comment is, do people normally return the passes, or can we have an expiration time? Because you also don't want them hanging on and going, wow, you know, I knew the library, I wanted to do something once when my kids were little. But I want to be careful of that. But can I just add, as a business person, on the other hand, as far as the passes go, can we make sure to like have like the passes saying, okay, this is donated from such and such pizza place? I think it's very important to do that
I agree.
so people
I think we
know.
should work on figuring out how to get recognition.
Simple lamination.
Yeah.
Just make it in their pass. It's like, this is really cool. Because if I was a business, which I am a business owner, but you know, we'd like that. It's like, hey, you know, this is cool. This is donated by me or my business. And you can even, if the library wasn't willing to, I think they'd take it on, all of them. Maybe you could come to certain places like the clothing place, or she might be not want to do that because she's got a lot going on. But I'm thinking in the summertime, the ice cream place, they might be willing to give out passes there. But I like the idea of checking out.
Bernadette, do you want to donate $120 and have your logo put on a pool pass for your business?
Possibly.
I can make special because we currently have a standard pass that we do for season passes that gets filled out at the pool. And then that probably is what happened. And then it went to the library, but we can make special passes that really acknowledge, and then I can laminate them for the library, and those could be used to be passed out.
Maybe make them a little bit bigger. So I say, we'll wait to hear Sinead text you back at some point. You and I will work on maybe a letter or something so we can actually reach out to businesses, see if they want, and then we can actually work on what that pool pass will look like.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna just make sure it works for my.
And you can put it in talk of the town. That
There you
it
go.
has been expanded.
Yes.
Perfect.
Hey,
Anything
Josh,
else you got?
I had a couple of
Yeah.
things. The first one was the pool passes, Bernadette, to answer your question, usually I think a 3 or 5 day checkout. So to return them within 3 or 5 days. And then if you guys need any help with soliciting any of our businesses, feel free to let me know, and I don't mind to use those contacts as well to help foster the relationships.
That's awesome, Michael. We'll wait to hear back. We'll put something together and then we'll work on trying to get some businesses.
So the pool pass thing was that generated from the library or from this committee?
I can't speak to this committee. I can't.
It wasn't,
came in July.
at least with us. I've only been here 2 years and probably not because
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, we just get, so, you know, they asked us, of course, Rotary says yes, and all those, you know, we get money to do stuff like that, but I just wondered where it was generated.
It's a great idea. It should be expanded in a bunch of different ways.
And I think this committee's in a position to do that, don't you? I mean,
yes, it's kind of like this is part of our vision and mission is to, so I think we need to expand on this and keep thinking of other ideas that we can use this.
I say this is not just my suggestion, my thought. Obviously, I don't have a voting on this committee, but I would say we definitely work on the pool passes this year, and maybe we can expand it to something like you said, where there's other things that they can check out. That's sort of this partnership, and there are
No
conduits.
boxes.
No, nothing like that. It would be outside fun stuff.
No, we're definitely anything with parts.
Outdoor.
Yeah, outdoor
Looking
stuff
at.
that supports like come alive outside kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah.
Wiffle ball packages.
Correct.
Yeah, which
Wiffle ball
Chandra actually brought up
Two
actually
bags,
having
mixed balls. Quite neat.
Right. After
Exactly.
after that event, we will have, some equipment to
Mhm.
be able to, do that.
And
Yeah.
you can buy them, and I'm sure that the store over there that has on that street by.
Tag us in.
Yeah.
I looked, you can buy them in packs of like 12, I think.
Nelson's
Like,
having
so
too.
like
I think most hardware stores have them.
Walmart would buy them in the big, and then they sell them one by one, but you get them in the big package.
Great.
Any other thoughts? I'd like to
Might
move
be
on,
able
but
to
if
get
anybody
Nelson's
wants.
to donate them.
Mm,
Sorry.
Might be able to get Nelson's or Geigeson's to
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
and
And
You
maybe
know,
have them
like
donate it for the event,
Yeah.
and then we would then maybe turn it around and create something. Maybe not this year, I don't know, depends, because it'll be July already, but that we make that program expand if she's willing for next year. And do
Yeah.
that, do like he said, the 2 bats and the 6 balls, and they sign it out and go.
Yes, sir.
Hey, has anyone heard of the first annual Summer Street
spring fling.
Spring Fever
Yep,
Festival?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. What do you know about it?
I just know from her post.
So I was having a drink with my plow guy um, from the Green Mountain paving,
Dustin.
and I don't go to Paris that much, but he bought me a drink down there, and he was telling me about it, and I said, "Well, Rotary Reel," because we were going to have the band, and it was expensive. Name of the band that's going to play. Yes,
I don't know.
well, he just told me, and so when I brought it to the club, they wanted to know more and more and more about it. So I just wondering if this committee knows anything about
Not, what is it called?
it. Tracy,
Summer Street Tavern is putting on their first annual spring spring festival. They have vendors.
Yes, I've seen Tina.
Yeah,
Yes,
Tina
posted,
has
okay.
posted it.
I
Yeah.
didn't catch Summer Street Tavern. Sorry.
Yeah. So they're doing a band, and she's just looking to have vendors. So
who is it again? I'm sorry.
Tina Coates.
Tina Coates, Coates.
Yes,
Thank you.
She's the fairly new owner within the last year,
Mhm.
year and a half.
year and a
Yeah,
half
year and a half.
of the
Yes.
tavern.
So she's doing it right in her parking lot there.
Yeah, back
Yep.
parking lot. She's gonna have vendors, she's gonna have music, and she's trying to raise money. It's a fundraiser, and
For what fundraiser?
I can't remember what she said that they were gonna give back to the community somehow. I'm not sure exactly.
Okay, thank you. So he said, so Dustin said, "Hey Ed, you and I talked a while ago about an event to downtown Summer Street Tavern. You said Rory might be interested in donating 500 toward native tongue." Because he was mentioning how expensive native tongue is, and I, well, no, I speak out of turn all the time, but we'll go back to the club. So I went back to the club, and so he says it's a block party community event, April 18th. That's the same day as the Aldrich Library
Spring
thing.
Fling.
A bunch of stuff going on the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing customers to local businesses in Barre. I mean, is that the concept? We have 12 local businesses too. So, and I said, I'll see what I can do. Who gets the money? Who do we make a check payable to? Summer Street Tavern. And that's when the club said, hold on a minute. Are they a 501c3? And what is this for?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, it sounds to me that it's just a bit of a brainstorm, cool event for downtown.
Yeah, this is all something that Tina came up with. She's passionate about it. She said that she had gone to the pub in Williamstown's fall festival, and was kind of basing it off of that event. And I know that she's got some businesses that are sponsoring.
12, he said, yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, she's been a pretty involved community member. She was president, I believe, at BYSA
Tina
basketball.
Coates.
Tina Coates, yep. And so I think she did play softball too, and but I know she was really involved in BYSA
She was involved in AAU as well.
and AAU,
Yeah.
Mini Metro.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Let's develop this a little more. I want to get through 2 more
Yes.
agenda. I definitely want to talk about that more. Thank you letter for business. We don't have to dwell on this too much. I put together a thank you letter. I don't know if you guys were able to look at it. Rolling, were you able to look at it?
I saw the one that you sent to Larry.
Yeah.
Is the same one?
No, I did. a
That was
different
for the
one.
volunteers?
Yep.
This is for businesses.
Oh.
So just something that we can
When you
start.
just done that, I can see
No,
it.
that's okay. Something we could start sending to businesses who do donate. And I just put it together very roughly if you guys want to look at it. And by all means, please be constructive. just something that we talked about, just when people do donate, we just want to recognize a little bit more other than just a
We did a,
simple.
he did a nice one for the volunteers that helped out the Easter egg hunt this weekend. And then Guy came in and Guy signed them, I signed them, and then he picked up, I think he was gonna do Dunkin' Donut gift cards and put them in the envelope and drop them off at the school yesterday for all the Spalding volunteers.
So
So,
it's something I'd just like to have all the committee members sign, and then we can either mail out or actually. And so if you have any feedback, anything you want to add, anything you want to subtract, Bernadette, I did send it to you and Michael as well, an email if you want to take a look at it. That's something also that we can.
You did a good job. I did read it.
Thank you.
I was going to say the
Got a
same
good
thing. I
job.
read it earlier and it looks good. Appreciate the work that you're putting in.
It's a team effort and Chat GPT's effort. So
As long as there's no dashes and emojis, you're good.
oh,
And
I
bolded text, I find bolded text is crazy.
Oh my God, I'm so
do it for
over the
the
chat
volunteers,
GPT AI
just
post.
Spalding kids for the Easter egg hunt. I want to make sure that they saw the hours.
Oh, well,
Well,
that
if
makes
the
sense.
date
Yeah.
was over here.
Yeah.
If the date was over here, then that would line up.
Yeah. The salutation, why is that in the middle of the page like that? That's a little awkward.
It's.
You didn't have to be mean about it. No.
No,
No, the reason why I put it that way is
I
because
will, I will tell.
I was gonna have committee members sign
Sign
it.
that underneath.
He's
And
really glad that.
I made it a little too big, so I had to be in the middle.
Because they were just sitting there, but I would.
Looks good to me.
That they were.
Well, we can switch.
We completely forgot. Thank you for reminding me. But the Barre Unitarian Church did give us the Cambros, the 2 Cambros that we used.
oh,
Yeah.
So we should also.
do a thank you for that.
Also
Yeah.
recognize.
Actually, it was the Masonic Temple that
Okay.
gave them to me, because David Sanguinetti's on the board of our church.
Yep.
So he said, here, and I got them to Rhodey. So it really
Nice.
came from
That's
the
not
Masonic
temple.
Temple.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's definitely 3 people I thought about at least for that event, and that was the Masonic Temple. Hannaford, I believe, was who donated the hot cocoa, and Stone Service Station for letting us borrow their
They did, yeah.
for their sleds.
The sleds for the
Yeah.
sliding, referring back to the sliding party we did.
Yeah.
That they did. Yeah.
So, that's just a start.
The Rotary
We're gonna help
had
put together
approached
3 letters.
To sponsor
Have
a
everybody
Fremont
sign it.
State person for the
So I mean,
session.
that the sleds that Stones just has available to go sledding in the park is just another example of
400 bucks.
where someone with not a lot of resources can go and
Yeah, I know.
actually spend time in
We
places that.
were, we
they're
were
welcome.
losing our
Yes.
person from the
Yeah.
Barre unit.
Yeah, it was pretty cool that they let me.
Everybody.
Yeah.
They do it all the time, but
You wanna do a rental type, not
Right.
rental, but check out,
Right.
but I don't know.
It's just that we have to figure out their store. That's why I really want to make sure we check in with her, because that means she then
Yeah.
has to store it in a place, and where's that
Right.
place for her? And,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think that's great.
You heard of that?
Totally for that.
okay, so that's
We haven't
approved.
had one for a while.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yes.
Next agenda
So
item.
let me, I make a motion to approve this letter.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Motion. Somebody has to second it. That's not me.
I can second it.
Perfect. All right, motion to approve the thank you letter. Any
Motion.
discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed? Okay, we approve the thank you letter. Discussion. Do we have any discussion? I thought I said that, sorry.
Oh,
No,
that's
it's,
all we can
it's a
hear.
motion, a second, any discussion, and then you vote. So we did that.
Perfect. Okay.
All good.
Michelle, you're on the, you're on the committee. Why don't you vote?
I'm not.
Oh, I just put the
It's
recreation
advising.
coordinator, and I also put
Yeah.
Michael Darren, because even though he's not on the committee, he's a part of our.
Is there? a
But you
formal-
can't vote as a council liaison, you can't vote.
It was more of a recognizing. I really wanted our community to recognize our
Gotcha.
Parks and Rec or councilman.
And like
It's
a,
really 2 different entities. The rec committee, Parks and Rec committee, and then the rec department. but we do collaboration. They serve as an advisory to the recreation department.
All right, we got 20 minutes.
Yes.
Next agenda item is new members. Sounds like we have some maybe interested people.
So,
Rhonda, are we running it okay?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Good enough to join?
So
you don't wanna put her on the
Right on the
spot.
No, so, no, everything that this committee can bring to the table and potentially lift off the ground, I am 100% backing. But, there is, I need to make sure that the meetings are gonna line up with my already pretty busy schedule.
Mhm.
I do have many other volunteer things that I
know
do
you
as
do.
well as a
Yeah.
full-time job. So I need to make sure that I can give my all in the time that's necessary. So yes, I mean, I'm interested. I wanted to see how things were run. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a completely political committee.
Hopefully it wasn't.
Because, I understand politics, and I just don't want to be caught up in any kind of political kind of thing.
Fair
I
enough.
want to enjoy doing what I do for the right reasons.
Hey, I'm on
Right
the
up
same
my
page with
alley.
you.
Right up my alley, and things that I like to do and I get excited about, and I want to see people who can make action and have the right resources. I feel I have some resources to bring to the table. I know a lot of people, so yes, I'm interested. Let's talk about when the meetings are going to be held, because that's the next conversation.
Right, that's the next, it's in the point of interest, the next
So-
thing.
Go Ed.
Totally respect everything you just said too. We respect everybody's time because I'm also burnt out, and I know Rotaline is. Just for obvious, so
Oh, no,
if
I
you
just don't-
can even,
I don't
if you
wanna-
can't join, I still would love to have you
Right.
attend meetings, because part of our mission was collaboration. I know you're part of Barre Partnership, and it's such a huge, well,
I know, not anymore. It kind of breaks my heart, but when I commit to something, it needs to be 100%. Otherwise, I don't feel like I'm doing what I should.
yeah,
So,
same.
So I just want to be sensitive of time. I see 20 minutes of 8. And you have a few more things here on your list. And then I want to also go through a page of stuff rather quickly, of stuff that's going on, just to keep people informed and up to date with what's happening.
Perfect.
So I'm giving that little warning.
I didn't mean to also put you on the spot there.
it's okay.
And Ed, you said that you were interested in joining the committee. There is a volunteer form that can be taken from the Barre City website. And so once the form is filled out, it gets included in the packet for the council meetings. And then there's a kind of a discussion, very brief.
Yeah, you just go to the city council and
Yeah.
they'll ask you,
Why are you
why do
joining?
you want to join?
Mhm.
And
Have you attended any meetings? Check mark.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Is it something that you want, and are you willing to make the commitment?
Then you gotta sink a 60-foot putt, which is the hardest part of the whole.
oh, I thought it was a
I can't
basketball.
do that.
Yeah.
Will you train me? And can we tag team this together in front of city council?
That one, John.
And will
Yeah.
you take me out for an espresso martini after?
There you go.
Yes, no.
Oh,
No, yes.
Maybe.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
city council will let me do anything, so I don't know if that's.
Well, it needs to happen though. So
You
just-
know, I ran unsuccessfully for city council 2 years in a row.
Oh,
I'm not
oh.
sure.
Oh.
Did you know that? Unsuccessfully, less than 12 votes on both years.
Ooh, that's close.
No, I'm interested. I mean, I have a pretty full agenda also. You may have read in the paper recently that I'm president of the Spalding High School Foundation, and we got the board to agree to look at doing a feasibility study to, for the foundation to raise money to put an artificial turf field and a rubberized track. That meeting is Friday with my board, which hasn't met in quite some time. But there's some de facto members of the board, such as the superintendent, the principal, a member of the BUUSD board, a member of the Alumni Association, 2 at large. So gathering people like that is for a meeting, but it's gonna be Zoom and it's a yay or nay of whether to move forward with paying for this feasibility study. Now, this feasibility study may come out like, no, this doesn't make any sense at all. We were in the flood zone and the cost being prohibitive. But yeah, so I got a lot of things going on, but I am interested, I'm sort of 1 foot in the door, with the BOR concession, and I'm interested in the things the city does on a recreational standpoint and recreational.
I'm glad you're here just because of Rotary. I'm a huge fan of Rotary, and again, with our vision and mission for Parks and Rec was collaboration.
You should join.
It is a
Rotary?
Rotary is always.
I'll think about it.
Members.
My clear on.
Oh, I thought you were both pulling out a
Yeah.
form.
Would you like
Yeah.
Coming back around.
I don't work in town, which is the problem.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you for coming because it's been a fun meeting. So if you can, I totally respect your time as well. One thing to add, we really want to make this more of an advisory committee. If you volunteer, by all means, that's great. But we're really just looking for people to come 1 day a month and advise, kind of like what we did today. And we got a lot done today.
And then we need bodies though for events too.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, we do need bodies, and hopefully people do want to volunteer.
Is there a term for
2 years?
2
There
years.
is, and we have 2 openings right now that need to be filled.
Yeah.
Josh's term is up in July. So he has 2 more months with us, and then he's going to make a decision if he wants to go in front of the council and continue for another 2 years.
Which is also why I respect you guys' time, because I am also with my hair out, and I totally get it. And
Well, you guys,
are way
you
better.
can't ask me to join and then leave, Josh.
He's like,
That's not how it works. I'm here because of you.
No, you're not.
Oh, boy. Okay, boys. We
Okay.
need to move on and let
We
Michelle
do.
get to her list.
Anyways,
Um,
so like Chandra said too, so if we can move on to the next, because we got to pick a time.
One,
Your
And a day.
meetings.
yes,
Mhm.
but first I wanted to go back to what we talked about in our last meeting, which was asking Michelle if we could post either on the Barre City Facebook or the website that we are looking for
Members?
volunteers, members,
Okay.
for these events.
It sounds like Michael, sounds like you could probably help out with that too.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a strong yes.
So if you guys want to come up with an ad or something that you want me to post.
ChatGPT will be working tonight.
Very good. That would be great. And then I can
You'll
get it
do
on the
that?
Facebook page.
Yep.
And then I can try to do something with Front Porch Forum at some point. That's my next step. That I learn and understand that fully.
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay, I think we can move on.
Okay, let's pick a day. Bernadette, I know you're not looking at the days, but I did write down what Chris told us was available. And it sounds like we could do 5 to 7 on these days. We just have to pick a day that would be better for all of us. And it looks like it's either Monday or Tuesday. We either do the first Monday of the month, the second Monday of the month, the fourth Monday of the month, first Tuesday, or any Tuesday that we pick.
I would
But I think
recommend
it's
not
a
doing a
challenge.
Tuesday due to council.
I agree with that, Michael.
He did say, though, there are 2 Zoom links, but yes, we definitely, because you have Tuesday.
Because we're
Every
using their
Tuesday.
account right now.
Yeah.
The council's account right now.
Oh,
That's why he's
So-
saying, so we would have to go back and switch to using the committee account, but like he said, there's nothing happening on Tuesdays.
So I would suggest second or fourth Monday, only because Barry Towns is the first Monday, and we still want to partner with them.
Yeah, we tend to do a lot of collaboration with Barrytown, which is great.
Do they attend our meetings at all ever?
Yes.
Yes.
were they invited to?
The only reason why is because we talked about the Easter egg hunt Monday, and I didn't really have anything for them on this one.
is Wednesdays out? Do they work, but why?
So we talked about one reason why Wednesdays is Michelle's day off is actually Wednesday. I'm sorry,
Day off?
we're trying to respect her day
Yeah.
off.
I take a half of a Wednesday because I usually end up working the weekends.
Yeah.
So I at least try to get some time during the week. So that's why. And I'm going to lose a lot of vacation and stuff if I don't start using it up before July 1st.
Well, we can't have that.
No.
No.
And I need it just for my own sanity.
And that's also why I wanted to keep Wednesdays off because.
But it's only one Wednesday a month and
But it's
your
also
committee
one
needs to
Wednesday.
thrive.
But you also need to thrive. So,
Yes.
and there's no reason why if it works, the second or fourth Monday of the month, and it seems like that works 5 to 7. Does it work for you?
It works for
Eddie,
me.
if you join, would that be,
That's pretty good.
John, do the Mondays work if you do join?
5 o'clock might be a little difficult.
Because of work.
Too late?
Yeah, so my work day is generally, Mondays are always crazy and I'm generally there relatively late on Mondays, but, yeah, I can, one day a month, I can make sure that I'm out on time to get here for 5 o'clock.
So I make a motion to select our regular meetings on the second Monday of each month.
I can second that.
Discussion?
Oh.
Okay, there's a motion to change our time for our meetings on the second Monday of each month, 5 to 7 p.m. Do I have all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we just have to
Okay.
get a hold of Chris and just now set it up second Monday.
You want this space? Because I'll need to
Yes,
reserve the space.
please.
You will, great.
No issues.
Kristen said no issues.
Perfect. We
Oh,
can
cool.
move on with the poll passes. So I'll put
Mhm.
something together.
Wow, Eddie, you already did
Something.
something.
Here you go, right?
Nice.
So we got
Sean,
9 minutes, and you wanted to bring. You said you had a page of stuff.
I have a page of stuff I just need to get everybody aware of so they know what's
Okay.
going on if they don't. So first of all, the passports were due for the 15th. So anybody who did the Come Alive Outside passports, the kids, the activity thing that was passed out in schools, their surveys are due the 15th. That then invites them to a final activity here in this building, which will either be a pizza party or ice cream, or they might do another scavenger hunt depending on the turnout of returns of the survey. But it's due by the 15th of April. So they'll have their May. And that's when I think they do the prizes and stuff at that point in time for the kids that participated in that. So that's happening. The other thing to note as well is that they're looking for ideas for the summer and they need them by the 24th of this month. So if there's something that we're going to move forward and that you want in the past that we know that we can pull off, you need to let me know so that I can either have her put it roughly in there, like be looking for, like I need to give her a bunch of stuff, like hopefully the dive-in movies this summer at the pool and all the other stuff that I have kind of planned. I'll put some stuff in there for her that she can then pick and choose to add into the book.
And
that
the
kids can get read.
summer
Runs.
runs.
It runs June 15th to August 15th.
Thank you.
And this Come Alive Outside is, I'm sorry, I missed the.
It's a grant that is funded. It started in Rutland and then they moved it up here and expanded into Barre. We were very fortunate last summer to be the first summer to be a recipient of that, where they basically give you a passport and all these things the kids can get in. They get one free entry last summer. They could get into the pool for free by using their passport. There was other activities. It encourages the the Barre Town Forest and other activities to get involved in. It told, like the winter one told them about the parks that we have here in Barre City. So they did a summer, a winter, and their hope is to do a spooky one for the fall because they did one down in Rutland that became a huge success.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do a winter one again. So the summer and winter would be our standard, and we probably will add in spooky. So they do these. They're beautiful. I don't know if you've seen them. I should have brought one up with me. They're just a gorgeous piece of little booklet that advertises stuff for various people who have participated and added things to it, which is great.
Stephanie brought that to our meeting, right?
I did.
You did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
And Stephanie was going to distribute it at school.
Yes.
I
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So and we've expanded to the private schools in the area, St. Monica, St. Mike's, and a few other ones. And then I have been working with some of the homeschools and been passing it out to them as well. So more and more kids are getting access to those passports. The other thing is I have tennis lessons starting this summer. I'm working with the U.S. Open. They're under the New England Tennis Association. They've already found their trainer. They're going to be training them, and they'll be offering it for various kids. The amount is, I think, $80 for kids, and they get 6 sessions, and they walk away with a ball and a tennis racket. And then the adults can do lessons as well, and it's $80 for them. They don't get to walk away with the tennis racket and the ball, but they provide most of the stuff. They have to come, I think, with their stuff, but if need to, we'll rent it. We'll let them borrow stuff for the lessons. So that'll be happening for the month of July. So that'll be going up, and we'll be advertising for that. I have 3 summer camps lined up that I already started registrations. Little Sunshine Camp, 5 to 7-year-olds. I have 5 openings left in that one. 8 to 12-year-olds, that's the big shine kids. And I have 9 openings left in that one. And then 7 to 11-year-old, and that's the crime scene investigation, CSI. It's a STEM kind of
I want to do that.
format. Yep. And I have 13 openings left in that camp. Open turf, we've started open turf Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. People can go and walk in the turf over at the BOR in the morning if they'd like. That way it's inclement weather or whatever, level ground, all that kind of stuff. Monday and Wednesdays from 11 to 2 is soccer. We've already have some the soccer nets out on the turf, and we've already had some homeschoolers using it for their gym time, which is exciting. Tuesdays and Thursdays is lacrosse. Of course, you have to come with all your lacrosse gear if you're going to play lacrosse and all the safety equipment. But that's going on 11 to 2 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we're offering more times, obviously, during break. And I've got a poster out, and I'll be advertising it on Facebook and a few other places and on my website. In the process of hiring staff for the pool this summer, and I need people. The deadline is Friday this week, so I can get people hired. So I'm needing.
Did Van Orman?
Yes,
Okay, good.
she did. Eva.
Eva,
Yes.
okay.
So I need a lead. I need lifeguards, regular lifeguards, and I need 2 cashiers actually. So I've gotten a few people who have signed up. So I have interviews already lined up for next week, but I could use some more. So spread the word. I need bodies. I need good people who want to. And the thing is that we are willing to we're going to set up the class and do certification if they don't come certified. Or what we'll do is they can go out and find the certification. We'll pay half up front. When they finish the summer, they get the other half paid. So they get reimbursed. They get the certification for 2 years.
What's included in the certification?
2 years of CPR first aid usually is set up for that, I believe. So just depends on where you go. Just depends on where you go to get but we really like the Red Cross certification.
Yep.
But I think I might have enough people that need to either be recertified, so we'll have to set up a class for them, or they seem to have already made their arrangements or are making their arrangements, but I might have to do a class depending on the number, just because the turnaround time, school getting out, and when we want to open the pool, because some of the places aren't open, they're not offering it. Like the last one I saw was in January. Not a lot of kids are thinking about it in January.
Spalding just did one.
Did they?
A couple weeks ago. My 17-year-old just did it. So
And are they going to apply?
I'm
Working on it.
We're
working on it.
eyeing each other because we're like, yeah.
Okay, because we need them.
It's years and years and years ago, the young lady who nannied for us for a couple of years during the summer, she was part-time at the pool, but she was not 16.
Ah.
How old do they need to be?
So I'd have to go look at the job descriptions, because we did a lot of him and hawing about this. I believe if they're under 16 years of age, then I have to follow some state regulations, which are a little bit more intensive. In other words, the number of hours they can work, what they can do, what times of the day. Like there's some stipulations. So that's why we tend to say older. But if I had a really good applicant, I might honestly say, I'm willing to go through all that effort to make sure I got good staff. Okay.
Yep.
Excellent question. Blood drive, next blood drive is April 15th, which is Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're now on a rotation with them almost monthly, except for July when I have all the summer camps downstairs. That's just something we've started. We did 517 units last year for 2025. So they really like this space, and they meet all their deadlines. The one that we did at the Easter egg hunt on Saturday, they aimed for 20 and they got 21. So they were very happy with the turnout for a Saturday, which is excellent. And they had some of the people from over there come over here, which was excellent. And then collaboration, we've talked about that is on their agenda. It was after you got off the phone call and I got off the phone call. They're interested in possibly doing a BYOC, bring your own chair. We're thinking about doing a walk-in movie in the rink, doing a movie on the rink because the turf will be out so they could have popcorn and candy and things like that. We've actually talked to Eddie a little bit about seeing if it's something that they want to collaborate with us, but we're toying around with it, but we have to move fairly quickly. So I'm not sure if it's something that we want to do because it's between the clothing drop and swap when the turf is out and before the witches market comes at the end of the month in May. So something that was thrown out there. I'm not sure if it'll happen, but it is something that we could always do maybe in the future as well as something of an activity that we could offer for little or no money. Maybe they pay for their popcorn and their soda and stuff with the Rotary. And then they only do like $1 to get in or something. And we pick a really good movie that's coming out or something that we could offer. It's just, we have to pay for the license, but the town is willing to do their inflatable screen and the sound system, which is great. So.
We have a projector.
You have a projector?
Yeah.
One that could show movies?
I told you that we did.
DVD? No.
Our house has the blow up thing as well.
We have, we did them on the outside of the.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me that. Yes, outside of the. Yeah.
During COVID.
Yeah.
I believe our house has the screen, the blow up screen.
Yes, we have one with the fire department too.
We did. We got a license for the AM or FM radio so that it was like a drive-in theater. So people parked in the parking lot and we projected it on the white part of the BOR.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
It was other than the lines on the boards.
That's cool.
There were some technical difficulties, but.
Yeah.
So it's 8:01, guys.
Yes.
We're getting into a great.
Right.
We want to develop that because we already have the stuff.
Right.
But go ahead.
I don't need that doesn't necessarily need an answer if we can't pull it off because that's next. It would be after our meeting and I'd already would have had already advertised and made it happen at that point. So I'm not sure if it's feasible for this year. But I think it's something that we should definitely think about for maybe next year because I think we're going to do the drop and swap again next year. Yeah. The BOR works great for them, so we'll bring up the turf. The turf would be up for a period of time, and then maybe Witches Market would come back if they are successful and happy. So then there'd be again perhaps a lapse or a weekend or something that would be open to us to do something.
I definitely like that idea, and I'm not sure that we have the time this year. This meeting, we came up with a lot of things and I feel like, because of my type of personality with all the ideas that we had going on today, I'm going to start kind of brainstorming, how we can all work together to make this happen.
Absolutely. My last item on here is the Heritage Festival and the relay race or doing something with the Barre Partnership. And that we have a little more time with that, but she's going to need to put it on her schedule and work on her planning piece and resources. So I think we should put it on the agenda for next time.
I already have it. I was actually going to invite you, Tracy, because we were talking about, yes, if you could.
What's the date?
It's a great question because we just changed
Second Monday
it.
At 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
So May 12th.
Second Monday, yeah, I think so.
But love to talk about the relay race and also all those games would be super cool. I'd love to see that at the Heritage Festival, so we could develop that more.
I don't have time to take time.
I think I know where you can get some cornhole boards. They might say
I have some.
They might say Canadian Club on them.
I have some brand new ones that I have a few sets of them.
Well, they're not mine, but
Yeah.
So I think we should adjourn the meeting.
PYSA.
Yes, I will make a motion. F, B, and C, where we wanted to talk about murals and
Monday, May
together
11th.
now.
Oh, yeah.
That we
Monday,
tabled that for next meeting.
Tuesday.
Yep.
Thank
Monday,
you.
May 11th. Yeah.
Marilyn, I'd love to have you next meeting too, so we can talk more about murals if you can make it. May 12th.
Okay, so that's,
May 11th. Sorry, I said
May
it.
11th.
Whoop, whoop.
It's on my calendar.
Okay.
I'm out of town that particular day, but I'll get the
can you
phone
zoom in?
from Cayman Island.
Oh, no, please don't zoom in. I would not have zoomed in and
Sorry.
I was saying, where was I?
Just let her wear one of those fun
Comment.
hats.
Yeah.
And there's the ocean in the
Keep
background.
me posted. Just keep me in the
Sorry.
loop.
I
Give me the
still,
minutes.
Pretty awesome. Like,
Do we
did you
have a
know
second
who
to the
was there?
motion to adjourn the meeting?
Bernadette.
I can
To
second
adjourn the
it.
meeting?
Yeah, I
All
can
right,
second it. It was a
discussion?
really good meeting.
Discussion? No, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, no opposed. We are adjourning the meeting at 8:04 PM on April 8th. Thank you so much for everyone for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary.
Bye.
I saw
Good job.
Bye, Burnett.